Good morning, guys. Well, we had a great weekend. Congratulations again to Mal and Connor. And did you guys see how hot my wife is? Whew, man. Anyway, back to some farm stuff today. So let's see. So I cut out of here on Friday around 2 o'clock, something like that. And Dad finished chiseling the field that we were working in down there. On Saturday, things dried out enough. We got some sunshine. He was able to go do some more combining. So he got the rest of the fields where we were going to plant wheat combined. There was another like 50 acres or something that he got done there on Saturday. So that is done. Phil was planting wheat and he got down to about 10 acres left and he ran out of treated seeds. So we're going to go treat a little bit more here this morning, I think, so he can finish that. Yesterday on Sunday, we did get just a little bit of rain. We had about 1/4 of an inch. Not quite, so it's maybe a little bit sticky, but I think Dad's going to go try and chisel here this afternoon. We're going to start working on some of the bean stubble. And we had a pretty heavy fog this morning, still due, and it is 9 o'clock. So I don't know if we'll be able to combine beans today or not. With the rain yesterday and the heavy dew fog this morning, it's not looking great, but we'll see. There is a chance. So we got a little wheat to treat this morning, and we'll figure out what else is going on. Looks like Jack was up this weekend. I'm going to give you a little update on this tractor here. So Jack is my uncle, retired mechanic, that he's coming up and helping me tinker on all of this stuff. And look, we got intake and exhaust manifold off. We got all kinds of stuff off of this tractor here. Parts laying down there. Throttle. Getting it taken apart. There's not a whole lot left. Did he take the clutch apart? Looks like he took the clutch apart. Oh yeah, look at that. Got her all cleaned up. Oh, I see a bolt that had to get cut. Oh, but it's loose. Must have been stripped off or rusted out. So anyway, it's coming. We're getting there. He even brought me an engine stand, it would appear, to get the engine out. So I guess Jack's going to keep working on this. That's not a bad thing. All right, well, we're all set up here, so this should go fairly quickly. We just need some out of there, and we don't need much. We're looking at like 1,000 pounds. Straight. Okay, got some stuff cleaned up here, and we'll be ready for the next batch. So I still have some more, I think, that we're going to have to take out of that wagon. Maybe not. I don't know. I don't know yet, but I've got a little bit more to treat. I've got another neighbor customer bringing me 250 bushels to treat tomorrow out of his seed tender. So we got to get this stuff out of the way in the meantime. But I'm not doing that today. We'll worry about it in the morning. So I'm going to go back to the farm and see what else is going on. The old sunshine's trying to come out here. It's just looking through the bean plot real quick. You can really start to see some differences in some of the varieties and how much they bush out and just the plant structure type now. But I'm hoping, I haven't decided if we're going to get to this tomorrow or Wednesday. But this week we're going to get this bean plot out, get some good data off of it, and be able to make some decisions on stuff for next year, or at least have some more information to make those decisions, I guess. Here real quick. So we've got one other field down the road. It's about 46 acres that we need to do, and then we're coming here to the home farm, and I don't know if we're gonna be able to combine today or not. And if we don't today, then it'll probably be Wednesday before we get to this plot. If we do get that other field done today, we should be able to do this tomorrow. So it's kind of what I'm thinking. That's what I'm hoping for. Look at them. Look at these. These were my March 17th planted beans. They are just loaded with pods, top to bottom. I mean, look at that plant. That's incredible. Who would have thought? Wow. Okay, well, the sun is coming out. We are gonna have blue sky. The fog is lifting. Kind of still got a little haze there. So it's gonna be a little while before we'll be able to run beans. I'm thinking maybe 4 or 5 o'clock before we would even be able to try it. So we're gonna find some other stuff to do today. For right now, I've got some customers seed-sided stuff that I'm gonna go and do. Try and stop and talk to a couple of guys, take a look around at some other stuff around here, and then we'll come back and see where we're at. Okay, well, I made it back. I saw a couple customers this morning, and Dad called me while I was just getting ready to head back this way. He was running the chisel, and I started hearing some clanking coming, and so he got out and looked, and a couple of the bolts that hold those rear donut weights to the rim have broken. That's a problem. There's 3 of the big 450-pound donut weights plus the 165-pound starter weight all bolted together there, and the bolts that hold that to the rim broke. 2 of the 3 that hold it. So he stopped real quick, got it. So it's still on there, but we've got to get it fixed. So I called the John Deere dealer and caught them just before the delivery guy was going to leave. So my bolts are on their way, which is good. So they should be here within the next 15 minutes, half hour or so, and we'll take them down, and hopefully we can get that put back together without hurting someone, dropping it, or needing to take a backhoe down there. Yeah, not here yet, but so that's the next thing on the list. Sun's out. It's still a beautiful day. I'm really hoping we can combine beans later. We'll see. Oh, also, check out our wheat field across the road. It is beautiful. That wheat is growing, turning green, looks great. What a deal. Yeah, we should take 2 vehicles. That's faster than us going up there and getting them. All right, well, we are going to take 2 vehicles. Dad's going to take his truck. I'm going to take mine because he's going to stay there in Chisel and is going to need a ride home. So we'll see if we can't get this put back together. I'll see what kind of shape it's in. I haven't even seen it yet. Well, let's see what we're dealing with here. Yikes. Okay. So that bolt there is still in and holding them, which is why they haven't fallen off, but just barely. I think we're going to try and snug it up just a little bit and then roll the tractor so that bolt is on top, and hopefully the other ones will line back up. Alright, well, I did get it a little bit, but I think the threads are probably screwed up on that bolt, so he's going to roll forward. We're going to see what happens. The theory here is if that bolt's on top, the other 2 should fall into place. Watch your toes. Watch your toes. It's going to clunk. There it goes a little bit. Okay, I think we're going to have to try and move it by hand a little bit and see if we can't get the holes lined up and get new bolts in it. This is not going to be as bad as I thought. Look at that, we got a bolt almost through. That's one of the new bolts, so we can get that one in. Then we should be able to get the other one in, and we can pull the one that was still in and replace it. We got to wiggle this a little bit. All right. Got it. So we got 3 bolts in again. That's good. I'm going to snug up the 2 new ones. All right. Well, them bolts are in and snugged up. That one on the top there is the old one. I'm concerned the threads are bad on it, so we're going to take it out and put a new one in because I've got one. We're going to rotate it so it's on the bottom though, and the other 2 are hanging on. I did get them tight, but I want to rotate it and snug them up some more. But they're not flopping around. So that's good. Yeah, that bolt's no good. Why is it turning hard so fast? I don't know. Well, it looks okay. I'm gonna walk alongside of him and watch it, just make sure nothing's wiggling. We did go through and try and tighten up the rest of the bolts too, and I think we got them a little bit, or a couple of them. This looks okay. I'm happy with that. Yeah. Chunky, ground looks dry, hard here. Look at them big chunks. Okay. So I'm sure I'm going to get a bunch of comments about this and what we did wrong, but that's okay. Go, feel free to tell me. This was not related. I don't think it was related to the weights that we added here a couple weeks ago before we started chiseling. It was not those bolts. The bolts that we put on to hang those outside two donut weights on are not the same ones that were loose or gone or broken or whatever happened to them. This was the one that held all of them on there. So those 3 weights plus the 1 starter weight, they combined weigh about 1,500 pounds. And it's a lot for 3 bolts, I would think, but that's how it's designed. This is the most you're supposed to put on. You can't hang any more on there. So it is a lot. It's a load for it, but seems like it's okay now. Part of the problem on them, like the ones that we had a couple weeks ago, they're hard to get tight because there's no way to hold the back of the bolt from spinning, the head of it. So, you know, but the ones that we just put on, you can get to from the inside the rim between the tires there. You can get a wrench on them to hold them. So I know I got them good and tight. I put a pipe on that ratchet cheater bar to get a little extra on them, and we should be good. But we'll check them again. You know, maybe when he's done with stuff for today or after an hour or two, we can double check them and see if we can't snug them up a little bit more. But never had a problem before. I don't expect to have any more problems. Beautiful. Okay, we're good. Back to the farm. I think we're gonna go get the combine. We gotta move fields and bring it back to the farm, fuel it up. So we'll go do that. Okay, I made it over to the field. The drills are over there. That's the field that Dad finished up the other night. The last one we had to plant wheat in. I think Phil said he had like 7 to 10 acres left to finish up there. Dad did jump across the road here just to open this field up and to get the equipment out of the other field so Phil could plant the wheat there. But he said these beans were a little green yet in some of the dips. There's some muck holes down over there that they were pretty green in. So he thought we should pull out of here, go to a couple other fields that we know are drier, and then come back here in a couple of days. We're supposed to have some really good weather this week, so they should dry down and be fine. So we're gonna check the combine over. I'm gonna check the oil here right now, or drop the head, and take the combine back to the farm so we can fuel it up and get ready. I'm gonna check the bean head over a little bit before we unhook it. That draper belt looks good. I'll look for broken knives, guards, all that good stuff. Well, I found 2 broken knives, but one of them is this one, and that one's barely broken, so I'm not going to worry about that one. There is one down here on this end, though, that needs to be changed right here. So we're going to change that one real quick, and then we'll pull our header cart around, which is down there somewhere. All right. Let's go drop this head. Why are you beeping at me? Okay. Okay, heads off. We're gonna take the combine home, fuel up. We're down to a quarter of a tank or so. We'll see if Phil's back or not. He was hauling some beans in, so he wasn't around. He can bring me back over. We can get the bean head and the gator that I brought over, or the grain cart or whatever. Still gonna be a little while before we get going, I think. I did crack one of them beans open. They're not terribly soft. They did crack a little bit, but they're still sort of wet. So we'll keep giving them some sun here. It's about, what time is it? 3:30. A couple more hours. We'll go look at the field where we're gonna go and see what they look like. Suppose I should clean the trash out of here again. That one's not quite empty. Dad's water bottles. It's not too bad down there, I guess. Still saving the penguins. Got to head home. I'll leave it right here. Alright, Phil is going to go plant wheat over there. He brought over that tender with the wheat that we treated this morning and a box with a little bit of untreated in it in case he needs that. We are going to take grain cart back to the farm. Okay, well, I got the grain cart home, I got the combine home and fueled up. I've got the bean head here, and it is 4:30. If we're gonna go combine today, gonna have to happen soon, so let's go look at the field. Well, here's the field. The ground is a little damp, but it's the leaves that are laying on the ground are drying out. This stuff here is crackly, but it is damp underneath. How about the pods? Yeah, it cracks. Maybe. They aren't 10% beans. They may not be over 15, which is kind of my threshold. I don't know. I'm probably gonna go because yeah, them are a little soft. And I'm on the high ground. If it's soft on the high ground, it'll be worse than the low ground. Not gonna work. I'm sure I could combine them, but I really don't want to combine them if they're 17% beans, which I feel like they're wetter. Or well, maybe not wetter than that, but they're wetter than I want to combine. They're wetter than I want to put in the bin, and I don't want to haul them in and get docked on them real bad either. So we're gonna wait till tomorrow, I think, or at least maybe come back in a couple of hours. I don't know. Problem is, if I wait till 6:30, then you get like an hour and a half. You're not gonna get much done tonight. I don't know. I'm not gonna come now though, because they're a little soft. We had too much rain yesterday and too much fog and dew this morning. It took too long for them to dry out, so it is what it is. Had to drop Phil off, get his truck. We are officially done planting wheat. I apologize to you guys for not showing it to you. Quite frankly, I don't like planting wheat. I don't want to do it, and I don't do it. It's never been my job, so I've never done it very much. I know a lot of you guys had asked and kind of wanted to see that the drills and how that works and everything, and I apologize for not showing it to you any better than I did. But I'm not going to have an opportunity now, and quite frankly, I hope I never get the opportunity, because I really hope we trade them off and buy an air seeder before next year. We've talked about it for a couple of years now. It hasn't happened. It may sometime in the future. We'll see. But they're a pain. They're not fun to use. They're not fun to fold and unfold. They're still wide going down the road, and so if we can get rid of them, I would be pretty happy. But anyway, that's going to be it for me today. The beans were close, but I decided just to give them another day. So tomorrow we will be running beans. We'll hopefully have a good day, get a lot done. I've got some wheat to treat in the morning for a neighbor, like I said. So we're going to do that. It shouldn't take too terribly long, an hour or two, and then we'll see what else is going on. Dad's going to keep moving the chisel, and then at some point we'll get started combining and keep working that the rest of the day. So have a great night, everybody. Thanks for watching. Hit that like and subscribe buttons for me. Questions and comments, leave them down below, and we will see you guys tomorrow.